Well, this is in connection to the Antop Hill child drowning case here. Remember, 2 children drowned in an open pit. The contractor and the supervisor now have been arrested. This is the contractor and the supervisor who were involved in work connected to this open pit here, but they had left the pit open. It was filled up with water. There were no warning signages that were put up. There were no warning signs that were put up. It wasn't cordoned off either. And this is what endangered the lives of people around. While 2 children were playing there, they drowned in this pit and they were then rushed to hospital and reported dead. Families, of course, extremely grief-stricken, have been asking for action to be taken now. And those who were involved in the digging of this pit and related construction work here. So the contractor and the supervisor now have been arrested in this case. The contractor and the supervisor here, they're in charge of repair work here. They were first booked in this case here. Mirror now extensively has been reporting this case of negligence, and one that was being called criminal negligence here as well, because this led to 2 fatalities of 2 young children, 2 boys aged 9 and 11 who were from the locality and they were playing in the surrounding area. They slipped and fell into this open pit which is filled with water. It wasn't cordoned off here. This FIR was first against unnamed CPW officials. Remember, it was the CPW of work that was going on, the Central Agency Public Works Department work here, and now 2 arrests that have been taken place as well. We have with us our correspondent Disha, who is getting us those details here. Yes, Disha, what more can you tell us on these arrests that have been made now?
Well, certainly. So, finally, after registering an FIR 24 hours later from the incident, and again after 24 hours later, 2 accused in this particular case, the contractor and the supervisor, have been arrested by the Antop Hill Police Station, is what we understand. They have been taken to the court where, of course, further police custody will be asked by the police in concern. So, remember, this is an incident which has concerned all of us, in fact, every family member, because of negligence due to a contractor and a supervisor who did not really do their job well. So this is the story of 2 young children, 2 young boys who died by drowning into a 10 feet deep water pit that was dug for the last 15 days and over. That water pit was not barricaded, that water pit was left open, and these children who went to play near the work repair which was going on, they fell into that water drain and they died by drowning. So that is a horrific incident, a shocking incident, and even a concerning incident that has come to light, and only mere of the negligence of the contractor who failed to do his job right. And now, of course, what we are being told that both of them have been arrested. They were booked under Section 304, which is culpable homicide not amounting to murder, Section 34, which is endangering an act done by several persons, endangering life of other person in concern, intentionally or unintentionally. The third person, because remember, this particular work of water pipeline repair work was given by CPWD, that's Central Public Works Department. Mumbai civic body BMC has no role to play in this at all. CPWD is a different agency altogether. They also have been named under the FIR as a suspect. So inquiries going on against them as well as to who was the officer in charge, what was his role, whether he's directly involved in overlooking or monitoring the on-ground work repairing process. So if he's also found to be guilty, his name also will be added, is what the officials have told us. So as of right now, this is the update.
Right. So these 2 arrests have still basis on charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder, or any updated charges here of what has been mentioned basis which these arrests have been made?
Well, certainly, Seher, based on these charges only, they have been arrested, both the contractor as well as the supervisor. We have the names as well. Contractor is we'll just Balu Tevar, and the supervisor is Mohan Tevar. Both of them have been arrested, is what we understand today, by the Antop Hill Police Station. We have just received an update from them, and they have been taken to the court where the police will ask for further custody, because it is very important to know that what really led them to keep that entire work open. If you see those visuals, if our viewers can see those visuals before the incident happened, it was all a work which was just left open. I mean, in the dark, nobody would even realize that there's a work here that's going on. So further, of course, we will keep our viewers updated about the police custody till when they have got it, and the role, of course, of the CPWD officer in this, because this is the sure case of negligence that has led to the death of 2 innocent and 2 young boys.
Well, Disha, many thanks for getting us those details here. This is, of course, also impact of our reportage and continuing to ask for justice here as far as Disha's ground reportage here on this ugly incident here is concerned. Remember, these people of the neighboring area, children of the neighboring area, as Disha was explaining, were playing, and there were no, there was no cordoning off of the area. But Disha, given the fact here that this accident that is now turned fatal, very sadly, has taken place, has vigil increased in the area? I mean, the reason why this accident happened here, because there was no warning sign, because there was no cordoning off, has that bare minimum happened now, at least on ground?
Well, Seher, this incident happened on Monday afternoon between 4 to 5 p.m. And when locals really alerted, the citizens nearby of the neighborhood, and when they actually managed to pull the, bodies out of those boys, it was only after that the police swung into action, the CPWD swung into action. They barricaded the entire area. They also, they put woods and everything just to ensure and say that, oh, okay, we have done our job. So that is something which should have been done way earlier, because this work was just left open for the last 15 days. And that is something, when we spoke to the locals, they told us they don't even remember it is 15 days or beyond that. They do not remember the exact number of days since the work had begun. But that work was left open, and when we visited the spot, we did show our viewers that how it was right between localities, right between buildings. So anyone could, it was in between an open ground, the garden, where people walk, where children come to play every single day. And that was also a normal day for both the boys who came after their studying. And they also told their parents, we'll be back home very soon, but they did not manage to go back home soon. And sheer negligence of few people led to the death of 2 young boys, Seher, and that is very tragic, which is coming from Mumbai.
Well, Disha, many thanks for getting us those updates here. Remember, a contractor and a supervisor has been arrested, but shockingly still, as far as where the buck stops on this work, the shoddy job that has been done by the CPW, the central agency here, no official from the CPW has been summoned or questioned in this case.